Question number 70. A frog tries to come out of dried well 4.5 meter deep with slippery walls. Every time the frog jumps 30 centimeter, slides down 15 centimeter. What is the number of jumps required for frog to come out of the well? So here, let us take number of jumps required for frog to come out of well equal to x. Then each time it jump 30 centimeter and slides down 15 centimeter. If it jumps x times, then it slides down x into 15 times. This is equal to 4.5 meter. 4.5 meter we can write it as 450 centimeter. When it reaches at the top in the last jump, it won't slides down. It already reaches at the top, it can just go out of the well. So here we have to deduct -1 because in the last jump it won't slides down. Then it become x minus 1 into 15. Solving this equation, we will get our required answer, number of jumps, which is equal to x. Let us solve this equation. X into 30 we can write it as 30x. X into 15, 15x. Minus 1 into minus 15, here we get 15. This is equal to 450. Then 15x, 30x minus 15x, we get 15x equal to 450 minus 15 plus 15. When it go to right side, it become minus 15. Then x equal to 450 minus 15, which is equal to 435 divided by 15. You get x equals to 29. So our answer is option B. Number of jumps required for frog to come out of the well equal to 29. Question number 71. What is the greatest length x such that 3 and 1 by 2 meter and 8 and 3 by 4 meter are integral multiples of x? So here 3 and 1 by 2 we can write it as 3 into 2 plus 1. We get 7 divided by 2. Then 8 and 3 by 4 as 35 divided by 4. 8 into 4 equal to 32 plus 3. We get 35 divided by 4. Now here we have to find which one of the following is, when multiplied with an integer, we get these two values. So let us find that. We can write 1 and 1 by 2 as 1 into 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. 3 by 2, when multiplied with 2, we get 6 by 2. When multiplied with 3, we get 9 by 2. We are not getting this value when multiplied with any integer. Therefore, this is not our answer. Now let us see the second option. 1 and 3 by 1. 1 and 1 by 3. 1 and 1 by 3 we can write it as 1 into 3 plus 1, 4 by 3. Here the denominator is 3. Here it is 2. Here it is 4. Therefore, this also can't be our answer. Then third option, 1 and 1 by 4. 1 and 1 by 4 we can write it as 1 into 4 plus 1, 5 by 4. When multiplied with 7 we get 35 divided by 4. But when multiplied with 2 we get 5 by 2. When multiplied with 4 we get 10 by 2. So we are not getting this value when 5 by 4 multiplied with an integer. Therefore, this is also not our answer. Then finally our answer is option D, 1 and 3 by 4. 1 and 3 by 4 we can write it as 1 into 4 plus 3, 7 by 4. 7 by 4 multiplied with 2, we get 2 2s are 4, 7 by 2, we get this answer. Then when multiplied with 5, we get 5 into 7, 35. 35 divided by 4, we get this value also. Therefore, option D, 1 and 3 by 4. When multiplied with an integer, we get these two values. Our answer is option D. Question number 72. Consider the following data. For which period was the natural growth rate maximum? So, what is meant by natural growth rate? Natural growth rate is the difference between birth rate and death rate. So, birth rate minus death rate. So, here we have to find birth rate minus death rate of all these values. Which among this is maximum? That will be our answer. So here in 1971 to 1981, the difference is 37.1 minus 14.8, we get 22.3. This is the maximum value among all those values. Therefore, our answer is option D, 1971 to. Question number 73. The recurring decimal representation 1.27272727 etc. up to infinity is equivalent to which of the following option? Let us solve the first option, 13 divided by 11. 13 divided by 11 we can find it as 1 into 11. Here remainder 2 in 20. There are only 1 11. Therefore, this is not matching with this decimal representation. Therefore, this is not our answer. Then second option, 14 divided by 11. In 14, there is only 1 11. 1 into 11. 14 divided by 11, we get 3. Then in 30, there are 2 11. 2 into 11 equal to 22. Then 30 minus 22, 8. In 80, there are 7 11. 7 into 11, we get 77. Here again 30. In 30, there are 2 11. 2 into 11, we get 22. Then 80. In 87. So, the same thing is repeating here. 1.272727, again we get 272727. Therefore, our answer, this decimal is matching with, this value is matching with the given decimal value. Therefore, our answer is option B, 14 by. Question number 73. The recurring decimal representation 1.27272727 etc. up to infinity is equivalent to which of the following option? Let us solve the first option, 13 divided by 11. 13 divided by 11, we can find it as 1 into 11. Here remainder 2. In 20, there are only 1 11. Therefore, this is not matching with this decimal representation. Therefore, this is not our answer. Then second option, 14 divided by 11. In 14, there is only 1 11. 1 into 11. 11 14 divided by 11 we get 3. Then in 30 there are 2 into 11 equal to 22. In then 30 minus 22 8. In 80 there are 7 into 11 we get 77. Here again 30. In 30 there are 2 into 11 we get 22. Then 80. In 87. So the same thing is repeating here. 1.27 again we get 27. Therefore our answer, this decimal is matching with this value is matching with the given decimal value. Therefore our answer is option B, 14 by 11. Question number 74. What is the least 4-digit number when divided by 3, 4, 5 and 6 leaves a remainder 2 in each case? So here we have to find the 4-digit number. For that, first we have to find the LCM of these 4 numbers. Then which among these options when divided by LCM we get remainder as 2, that will be our answer. So first find LCM by prime factorization. Prime factorization we can do in this way: 3, 4, 5, 6. Then take the least prime which is a factor of these 4 numbers. Then 2 is a factor of 4 and 6. So it is not a factor of 3. 3 we keep as it is. Then 2 2s are 4. 5 also 2 not a factor of 5, so we keep 5 as it is. And 3 2s are 6. Then here there are 2 3s, so just do prime factorization by 3. 1 2 5 1. Then all these are now prime. Then multiplying these values we get the LCM. 2 into 3 into 2 into 5 we get 60 as LCM. Now this is the LCM. Now divide these 4 options with the LCM 60. First divide 1012 with 60. In 101 there is 160. Then here 412. In 420 there are 7 60s. 7 into 60 we get 420. 6 into 60 we get 360. So here the remainder will be 52. Therefore first option is not our answer. Then second option 1022 divided by 60, we get here 422. 7 20s are, while dividing 7 60s are 420. Then remainder we got 2. Therefore option B 1022 is our answer. That is the 4-digit number when divided by 3, 4, 5 and 6 leaves a remainder 2 in each case. Here 1122 we won't get the remainder 2, and 1222 also, and these 2 numbers are more than this, therefore no need to check these 2 numbers. Question number 75. In adult population of a city, 40 percentage men and 30 percentage women are married. What is the percentage of married adult population if no man marries more than one woman and no woman marries more than one man? And there are no widowers and widows. So here we have to find percentage of married adult population. Then it is said that no man marries more than one woman. So one man to one woman, and no woman marries more than one man here. Then one woman to one man. Then no widowers and widows. That means if there are 100 married adult men, there will be 100 married adult women. So here it is said that 40 percentage men and 30 percentage women are married. That means 40 percentage men equal to 30 percentage women. This many married men are there, so that many married women also there. 40 percentage men, we can write it as 40 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.4 men, that is equal to 0.3 women. Then simplifying this, we get M equal to 3 by 4 women. Number of adult men in the city equal to 3 by 4 adult women in the city. Now let us find the married adult population. Percentage of married adult population. Total adult population in the city equal to total men plus total women. Married in that 0.3 women are married, and that many number of men also married. Into 100 we get the required answer. Here we know number of men population in the city equal to adult population in the city equal to 3 by 4 women. Just put M equal to 3 by 4 W. Then W, these are gone. Then simplifying this, we get required answer. 2 into 0.3.6 into 100 divided by 3 by 4 plus 1. Here in the denominator it is 3 by 4 plus 1. That is equal to 7 by 4. We get 60 into 4, 4 comes in the, this 4 comes in the numerator, 60 into 4, 240 divided by 7. We get 34 and 2 by 7 percentage as the answer. Option C, 34 and 2 by 7 percentage is. Question number 76. What is the remainder when 51 into 27 into 35 into 62 into 75 is divided by 100? To find the remainder, first multiply the last digit of all these numbers. So 1 into 7 into 5 into 2 into 5, we get 350. That means at the end of this product there is a 0. If there are 2 zeros in the product, then when dividing with 100, remainder will be 0. If there is only 1 0, then when dividing with 100, in the remainder also there will be a 0. So in the given option, only option A has a 0 at the end. So our answer is option A, 50. Question number 77. A sum of rupees 2500 is distributed among x, y and z in the ratio 1 by 2 is to 3 by 4 is to 5 by 6. What is the difference between the maximum share and the minimum share. So here we have to distribute 2500 among x comma y and z. Then let us take share of x equal to x, y equal to y and z equal to z. Then by dividing these numbers with a equal value m, then we get the ratios 1 by 2 is to 3 by 4 is to 5 by 6. That means share of x equal to 1 by 2 into m and share of y equal to 3 by 4 into m. Share of z equal to 5 by 6 into m. Adding all these values we get the total 2500. Here we can see 1 by 2 equal to 0.5 and 3 by 4 equal to 0.75 and 5 by 6 equal to 0.833. So this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value. This is the share of x and share of z. So here they are asked what is the difference between the maximum share and the minimum share. So maximum share is given to z and minimum share is given to x. So we have to find this value. Now let us find the value of m by solving this equation. 1 by 2m plus 3 by 4m plus 5 by 6m equal to 2500. Then in the denominator LCM 12, then 6m plus 3 into 3 9m plus 5 into 2 10m equal to 2500. Then 25m divided by 12 equal to 2500. M equal to, I'm taking this 12 right side, then it becomes 2500 into 12 divided by 25. This is equal to, here it become 100. 100 into 12, 1200. Value of m equal to 1200. Then value of z equal to 5 by 6 into m. The share of z equal to 5 by 6 into m. 5 by 6 into m. M equal to 1200. This is the share of z. 2 6 are 12. 2 into 5 into 200 we get 1000. This is the share of z. Then share of x equal to 1 by 2 into m. 1 by 2 into 1200. This is equal to 600. Then difference between share of z and share of x equal to 1000 minus 600. We get our answer C for rupees 400. Question number 78. What is the value of n? The sum of the digits in number 10 raised to n plus 1 is 2. 10 raised to n plus 1 equal to 2. Then what is the value of n? That is what we have to find. 10 raised to n equal to 2 minus 1, 1. For any number power 0, then its value equal to 1. Here 10 raised to 0 equal to 1. So our answer is for n equal to 0 only. Then see the second option. This is our answer. See the second option. For any whole number. What is mean by whole number? Whole number means 0, 1, 2, 3, including 0, positive integers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we are giving n equal to 1, then 10. 10 raised to 1 equal to 10. 10 plus 1, 11. So this is not our answer. Then for any positive integer, n only. Positive integer means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can say natural numbers. If you are giving n equal to 2, 10 square equal to 100, 100 plus 1, 101. For any real number n, that means minus infinity to positive infinity. That include this positive integer and whole number. We already proved that this is not satisfying this equation. Therefore, our answer is for n equal to 0 only. Question number 79. In a class, there are three groups A, B and C. If one student from group A and two students from group B are shifted to group C, then what happens to the average weight of the students of the class? So here, in a class, there are students, they are grouped into three. Then one student from group A and two students from group B are shifted to group C. Then what happens to the average weight? What is the average weight? Average weight is total weight of the students in the class divided by total number of students. Total students. Here we can see no student is going out of the class, or no new student is coming into the class. Therefore, total weight of the student is same all the time, and total number of the students also same. They are just interchanging the group. Therefore, the average weight will be same. Our answer is option C. It remains same. Question number 80. How many different sums can be formed with denominations of rupees 50, rupees 100, rupees 200, rupees 500 and rupees 2000, taking at least 3 denominations at a time? So here we have to find how many different sums can be formed. Using the denomination, these 5 denominations, taking at least 3 denominations at a time. So how many different ways we can select 3 denominations out of these 5 denominations? 5C3 ways. Then at least 3 denominations. That means we can also have 4 denominations as well as 5 denominations. So we can take 4 denominations out of these 5 in 5C4 ways and 5 denominations at a time in 5C5 ways. These are combination equations. Then what is the value of NCR? NCR means n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Using this equation we can solve this value. That is what our answer. These many ways we can have different sums. 5C3. 5C3 we can write as 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 3 factorial, that is equal to 2 factorial into 3 factorial plus 5C4, 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 4 factorial, 1 factorial into 4 factorial plus 5C5, 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 5, 0 factorial into 5 factorial. 5 factorial equal to 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial equal to 2 into 1 into 3 factorial plus 5 factorial divided by 1 factorial equal to 1 into 5 factorial we can write as 5 into 4 factorial, then in denominator here it is 4 factorial plus 5 factorial. 0 factorial equal to 1 into 5 factorial. Simplifying this, we get our required answer. 3 factorial cancelled, 4 factorial cancelled, 5 factorial here cancelled. Then 2 2s are 4. Then 5 into 2, 10 plus 5 plus 1, 16. In 16 ways, these 5 denominations, using these 5 denominations, we can have different sums taking at least 3. So our answer is option A, 16.